Hi, this is Steve Goranson with ActionCOACH Business Coaching here in Jacksonville. I want to welcome you to the Jacksonville Business Spotlight. Today, we're going to be talking with Mark Fechtel from Earthworks Landscape and Design. They have some of the best landscape design teams here in Jacksonville that's going to help you make your backyard into one of your favorite rooms into your home. And if you haven't been to their garden center, you need to go and visit it. It's like walking through a botanical garden. Mark, welcome to the Jacksonville Business Huddle.
Thank you, Steve. It's good to be here.
You know, I just wanted to really sit down and thank you for taking the time to be here. But why don't you take a moment, sort of introduce yourself, your company, what your role in the company is, and what you guys do. You offer a lot of different services here in Jacksonville.
Yes. So my name is Mark Fechtel. I am one of the owners of Earthworks. As far as what we do design, we do landscaping, we have a garden center, we do just about anything and everything pertaining to landscaping. So we do ponds, pavers, hardscapes, drainage, irrigation, lawn maintenance, fertilization and pest control, leave anything out, lighting. We love taking someone's yard and turning it into kind of a backyard oasis.
Garden center is something special too.
Yes, we've, for anyone who hasn't been in the past year, we have renovated it and made it much more customer friendly and just give it a nice, fresh, new look.
And where are you guys located?
We're located near the intersection of Beach and Kernan. It's 12501 Beach Boulevard.
So what I want to start off is really one question. We're really going through some crazy time, especially for local business owners here in Jacksonville. What has been one of the biggest challenges that you guys have been facing during this business cycle? And, you know, what are some of the things that you've done that you've had to do to pivot during that time?
So probably our number one challenge has been people putting a hold on their projects due to everything going on, not sure what's happening. So they're ready to move forward with their project. And they said, well, let's put the brakes on and wait and see what's going to happen. Some of them unsure about their job or what have you. Had a few jobs canceled, but not, and some people scaling back on projects too. So we've had a few projects where, you know, there was going to be a bigger project and it turned into a smaller project, but hopefully they'll come back later and do the remainder of it. And probably the other thing is just some employees being out. We've had a handful of employees. They didn't end up having COVID, but you know, they were exposed somewhere. And so we made them either stay home or get tested. And, you know, we had to fill in their position we had to fill, you know, most of them got tested and it was negative and it was inside of 2 weeks, but you know, we still had a week or so where we had to make adjustments and fill in for those people.
You guys are still doing work out there with all this craziness. Your landscape design crews are still working, right?
Oh yeah. And as far as pivoting, so we, when COVID started, we had about 6 weeks worth of work and it went down to about 2 weeks. So we were getting very nervous and we knew we needed to do something. So with the help of you, our business coach, and other people, we landscape sales is probably our biggest division. So or landscaping is our biggest division as far as bringing business into the company. So we took our individual salesmen, and instead of doing a group meeting like we typically do, we met with each one of them individually and went through all our prospects. And we kind of discussed it with the salesmen and reached back out to the prospects. That, you know, we did things to get those customers and kind of close, and bring them into our business by just spending more time with them and following up with them and really honing in on what it was going to take to get their business. Another thing we did was in the nursery, we started offering online shopping and curbside pickup, and that seemed to be a big hit.
Your nursery has really been that shining spotlight for the business that's really been doing well during this time.
Yes, we're truly blessed. I never thought a pandemic would cause people to sit at home and want to fix up their yard, but that's exactly what happened. So people have been coming in like crazy buying plants, and it's not just us. I mean, this is throughout the country. People are buying plants, so we've been just exceptionally blessed there. And the one other thing we did to kind of pivot was we cut back to a 4-day work week. It helped spread our jobs out a little bit, but it also helped us make adjustments for anything we had to go back to or special things we had to take care of. It just gave us that flexibility. Or if someone was out of work, you know, it gave us a little bit of, we had that, we were taking Fridays off. So we had Friday as sort of a catch-up day. or if we lost an employee due to COVID, then, it gave us a little more flexibility. In fact, we liked it so much, we may stick to a 4-day work.
Yeah, I know there seems to be a lot of pivots that people are doing that it seems that it's actually been a good idea. And a lot of people are starting to stick to some of those things that they've learned with. There's a saying out there that says that smart people learn from their mistakes, wise people learn from other people's mistakes. So maybe you could help some others out there. Has there been any mistakes that you guys made that, or lessons learned, as we like to say, that you can maybe help some other businesses before they step into them?
I think the biggest thing I learned, and we were fortunate to have it, was just relying on our advisors, our business coach, our CPAs, our CFO that we work with. We're part of a garden center group. Just getting that input from all those people and making the pivots and adjustments really avoided, had we not spoken with those people and done the things that we were seeing and hearing, I don't think we'd be in the position we're in now. That would be my biggest recommendation, is just, utilize other people's knowledge and information, particularly in a time like this.
That's valuable advice, because it's really, you have to, in a times like this, you have to ask for help. There's lots of help from a variety of different ways. And you sort of mentioned that we've been working together, coaching you for a while. What have you found has been like the biggest benefits of business coaching that has really helped your business grow over time?
I think the first one would probably be you holding us accountable. It's very easy to say you're going to do it, but to actually do it. Good example would be the quarterly planning. The fact that we get together every quarter and sit down and map out the next 90 days, that's huge, because then you've got your roadmap to kind of follow. Even though you may not always hit your goals, the fact that you're putting your goals down and kind of aiming for them gets you moving in the right direction. I have to tell the story that when we first started working with Steve, it was back in, I don't know, 08 or so, and times were hard, and there were times when we just had no money due to the economy and what have you. And we said, boy, this may be the week where we have to let Steve go because we just can't afford it. And then we go see Steve and get some great idea, and we say, well, golly, we can't let him go this week because he just helped us out tremendously. Just kind of continued to go like that, even to this day. Now it's not a money issue. It's more like, hey, what are we going to do to make our business better? Steve's been a tremendous help in that regard. I look at coaching, and it's almost like a football game where you go out in the first half and maybe you're getting beat pretty badly, but you come in at halftime, you meet with your coach, you make adjustments. And I think that's where Steve has been the biggest help, is just making those adjustments. Call it pivots, call it adjustments. But you go back in the second half, and now you end up winning the game because you made those adjustments, and you get kind of moving in the right direction again.
So with this, what is inspiring you most these days?
Well, it's incredibly inspiring to me to be in such a terrible time, and we're more or less thriving. I mean, I almost feel guilty, but at the same time, we're just doing what we need to do to make those adjustments. And so I look at it and go, if we can do that at this time, then, what other challenges might we come upon that we can definitely get through it and work through it, because we're doing it now. That's inspiring, just to know that times are bad, but we're powering through it and going to come out the other side.
Right. And I think what allowed you to do that and be in the position that you are right now is all the work that you've done, especially last year, which has really allowed you to be able to be in a position to do these pivots and to be in a proactive mode instead of a reactive mode. Because a lot of business that we've been talking to is they ended up having to react, and it took them a while. You guys were almost ahead of the curve. And I think that's what's really has helped you be so successful during this challenging time.
It's largely due to our business coach.
Well, thank you very much. All right. Well, Mark, appreciate you joining us here today, and wishing you guys well.